Hello, second graders. Welcome to math. Yesterday, you learned that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, or 100 army ants equals 1 meter. Today, you are going to solve some ant path problems. Ants on the move. Army ants march on a path to find food and shelter. What do you think they see as they march? What do you think these army ants would see along the ground as they are marching? Well, two army ants set off looking for food. They choose different paths. Look at all the things they pass on their search. They see twigs, sticks, flies, scorpions, leaves. What do you notice about the paths these two ants take? Here is what some students said. I noticed lots of leaves and insects on the paths. Also, path A is shorter than path B. I noticed that too. Another student says, path B is longer than 1 meter. I know because there are 100 centimeters in a meter, and path B is 110 centimeters. That's true. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So this ant's path is longer than 1 meter because it is 110 centimeters. And finally, the last student wonders, I wonder how much longer path B is than path A. Well, second graders, you are going to find out. How much longer is path B than path A? Show your thinking with pictures, numbers, or words. So think about the difference between 75 centimeters and 110 centimeters. You will get a chance to solve this problem on your own and share your work. On the next slide, I'm going to show you how two other students have solved this problem. Here are some strategies and solutions. Look at how two students solved the problem on the previous slide. Then write an equation to match each student's strategy. So student number 1, with the red marker, wrote, I think path A is 35 centimeters shorter than path B. I made a number line and started with 75. I added 25 to get to 100. Then I added 10 more to get to 110. Student 2, with the blue marker, wrote, you can also subtract. I jumped back from 110 by tens and got to 80. Then I subtracted 5 more to get back to 75. So the student using red added up from 75 to find the difference. The student using blue counted back from 110 until they reached 75. On this slide, second graders, you are going to write an equation that matches the student's work. After you've typed the equation that you believe matches each student's work, you will type it in the green box. You can then remove the blue Post-it note that says remove to check and see if your equation looks like the one under the Post-it. On the next two slides, you are going to find the difference between path A and path B. I want you to show your thinking with pictures, numbers, or words. Either type your strategy out, or I want you to show your work on your whiteboard and paste a picture on this slide. You will need to show more work than just an equation. Show a strategy, using a number line strategy or another one that you feel comfortable with. But I do need to see more than just an equation. Underneath the box where you show your strategy, you are going to write an equation that matches your work. Finally, you will build your own ant paths. You will drag the objects onto the lines to build two different ant paths. Then decide how long each path will be and type it in the green box. Then you will solve the problem by finding the difference between the length of the two paths. Here is where you will create your path by clicking and dragging the objects onto the line, and then deciding how long each path should be. Remember, in this problem, path A is longer than path B, so make sure the numbers you choose reflect that path A is longer than path B. After you come up with the lengths for your paths, you are going to solve your own story problem and show your work.